Right then, this is probably the biggest kind of river bowl I've ever done. Pouring this thing gave me a nightmare, which is why I'm showing this bit of the video. I never showed this bit of the video, but I'm going to show it. Right, what happened was I haven't done one of these in ages. Right, so made up the mold, bought a different new type of silicone because it was cheaper. Right, made up the mold, put it in, started mixing the resin. And I'm pouring the resin in, going, where's this resin going? Where's this resin going? Too much. There must be a void in it or something. Me being done. I had forgotten to hot glue the blank to the base of the mould. And I just noticed it rising and I went, ah, flipping hell, that's what I've done. So I went out, grabbed a couple of concrete blocks and put them on top of it. Didn't, of course, think of the resin's going to overflow on top of the blanks, which it did, and it stuck concrete block to the top of this. As I said, it's just been one of those pours, right? So watching it for a couple of hours, making sure everything's perfect. Yeah, grand, no problem at all. Came out the next morning and it had sprung a leak. So in panic stations, I used everything I had to reseal this and get it going. Luckily, I only lost about maybe half a kilo of resin out of it. But I would say that this is going to be a beaut to get off because of the amount of stuff that's on it. As I said, I normally don't show this part of the video, but just for the crack, I'm going to do it. We'll see how it goes, because there is everything holding this thing down. Right, it's unmolded, not actually as bad as I thought. Right. And as I said, this isn't a true river table because it's not the same piece of wood. Right. This piece of wood here actually goes off that way. It's a separate piece of wood. Right, so now that it's unmolded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it up a little bit on the bandsaw, try and get some of these edges off. That's over 18 inches. And let me get it on the lathe. As I said, but what I'm going to have a lot of cleaning up to do on this before I can actually use it. But I think it's going to be really nice. So we'll get on with that. I'll be back in a sec. Right, we're on, and I've rounded it off a little. It's quite hard. Right, I'm just putting a new edge on the gouge because it's eating them. Right, when I get this rounded off here, I'm going to probably have to use a carbide here to flatten this off because that concrete is just going to eat a gouge if I try and use one. I think there might be a piece of concrete there. So eating that gouge away. I'm going to try on a carbide on this part here. Right, I think the carbide got it. Yeah, it ate the resin, but it's out. Right, now I'm going to try and flatten off here. As I said, there's concrete here, so I'm going to use a carbide and take little cuts. All I really want to do is get the carbide, is get the concrete off. So hitting that side a lot, not hitting this side. The concrete's nearly gone from that side, but it's still all there. It's quite a difference in this because the fact that I let it float, me being dumb. Yeah, I'm starting to take the concrete out of it now. But it is ripping, this bowl. Thankfully this is the bottom of the bowl, so I'm not too worried about it getting ripped a bit. We are just about concrete free. There's a square there for some reason. Alright, now if I look from the top camera, you can see the way that resin's running, that it's actually quite wide, which is why I'm using this as the bottom of the bowl, because it expels more of the resin. Alright, now this of course is blunt again, so I'll put another edge on this and see if we can get an actual cut on this. Let's see what we got. Yes, we can get an actual cut on it. Now I'll get a cut on the outside, a proper one. And see where we go from there. Alright then. We are fairly well round now. It's not perfect, but it's fairly well. So, first thing I'm going to do is a mortise and a foot. Because this bolt is so big, I can actually see it being quite a wide foot. This one could take a while. That is not perfectly flat. I need to take a cut here to make that flat, because that's not perfectly flat. Grand, now we're flat. Now for this one, I'm actually going to do quite a deep mortise because there's a lot of weight here. Normally I do mortises quite shallow. But I have a feeling this bolt is going to give me grief. So I'm going to do them. Nice clean mortise. And the resin cut okay in there. Now a foot, and I want to really stick to the rule of thirds on this, so I'm actually going to measure it. There. Good, it's a little wide. It's an 18-inch bowl, so the rule of thirds will be 6 inches. Half of 6 inches is 3 inches. Now, I will bring the side of the bowl into that foot so I can see what I'm doing. Yep, right, I'm into the foot. See where that ended up. A bit chippy, but I'll clean up the resin with the carbide before I go finishing it. Right, now we'll just treat it as a normal bowl. Knock off the corner, get the tool rest in, and put the curve in. And I'm going to put a blade sharpen on this first. Quite a shallow bowl, so I want a long corner on it. stopping and moving the tool rest ever so slightly. This is going to be gorgeous if I can get it to finish. From when I built it, there's quite a lot of dark wood here on the top, the light wood on the bottom, so it should be absolutely gorgeous looking. Edge it again. That resin is beating the hell out of my hand. A little push in there. Especially on the edge. Yeah, I need to clean up with a cardboard, but it's not cutting too bad. Right, I'm going to start pull cutting here. And to about there, somewhat of a curve. Not even close to the curve I want in it yet, but you get that. Like a push cook, get rid of some of this. Right, edge this again. Right, back to a pull so I can get it all the way in. I'll get a little bit closer. Check how close I am in here to the foot. I have cut up to the foot. Right. That's why I'm going to run it with a carbide to get those little tool marks out of that resin. The carbide gives worse finish on wood but a better finish on resin. And seeing as how it's easier to finish wood than it is to finish resin, I concentrate more on the finish cut on resin. And this is blunt again. You come ever so slightly high. Right, I think that was the end of it for that ball gouge, because I can't fit it in the jig anymore. So we're using the normal. Right. Now I gotta decide, do I want a compound curve in this or a single curve? I think I might go single curve on this, just to show the resin off. There's something really hard just there. Just right there's something really hard. There, just there. I don't know what it is. That. There's a little knot, I think, just there. At least I hope it's a knot. I hope it's not a piece of metal. Right, cardboard. See through this bit. And spin that. Right. Fresh edge on the cardboard. Go through that bit. Getting the shape into it, not worry about finishing at the moment. Yeah, whatever that little knot is, it's rock hard. I'm going to pull cut this to final shape. Seems to be handling it better. I'm at that little knot again, I can hear it. Right, I'm going to have to cardboard the rest of this because that knot is sticking the tool out. Pick the curve a little up at the end. show the resin off. There's a little resin band there I want to keep in it, so I don't want to bring the curve straight out that way. Right, I'm going to put a fresh carbide tip on this and then give finishing cuts. Right, then we're going to go around this and finish cut it. I want to get a decent finish on that resin. I'm just doing very light cuts because all I want to do is get a finish on the resin. I don't want to change the shape of the bowl. See the difference? Carbide really does finish resin beautifully. Now I'm going to have to go a little bit heavier here. No, still a bit deeper. A little faster. Still feel it. Just there. You can see where the second pour is, just there. See it? Where it switches. That was the little bit I had to put in where I told you it leaked. You can see it there now that the resin is cleaned up. Looks okay. Now we just clean up the rest of this. Slight bump there I need to get rid of, just there. But the resin is cleaning up nicely. Got it. You keep that little kick at the end. Another little bump just there. a little bump just here. Need to spin this head, it's gone blunt. Better. A very slight bump just here. There you go. Right, just going to check that resin is all cleaned up. No, it's not, just there. Yeah, that got it. Right, resin is all nice and clean. It's chipped out a bit there, but that's probably going to be coming off anyway. Not worried about there, that'll probably be coming off. I can worry about that when I get there. Finish on the wood is terrible, carbides, but the finish on the resin is nice. Right, so I'll get the sand on the outside of that and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, just buffing the wax off. Turned out quite nice. There's a nice contrast between the red in the resin, the white in the sapwood, and the brown in the hardwood. There we go. That's the outside of it. As I said, it turned out quite nice. Now all I got to do is put in the little slot for the maker's mark, and we can take this off, flip it round and get to the hollowing. So I'll do all that and I'll be back when I'm ready to hollow. Okay then, she's flipped around, and first thing I'm going to do of course is flatten here off. I'm hoping to keep a thin layer of red in some places. Here there's a low bit just there, so I have to cut down below that. Okay, let me see how we get on. So as I said, first thing, level it off. That will give you an idea of where it's high and where it's low. High is there, good. Low is here, so there should be a nice band of red there. That'll be fine. I'll turn the extractor on as well. That was a question that was asked in one of the forums during the week. It was asked about dust and what was the best way of doing it. Basically, have something at the point where the dust is produced, which is this. Have an air scrubber and have some sort of breathing protectioner. That's the absolute best way of doing it. I'm really concentrating on is the rim here. Get this rim right. Spin that cardboard a little bit. Once I can get this edge right, chipping it there. It's like a chipping just there. So I've got to bring this down a little bit lower. So chip just right. Yes. And as I was saying there, once I can get the edge here right, then I can just follow it as normal. The chip is still there. Just putting inwards to try and get that edge really clean and chipless. Right, one more should do it. So then I save a little bit of that red because I don't want to. Yep, I did indeed. Right, now we can just get to following this. Right, so I'll define the width of the ball, biggest ball, so that's there. And now just get the hollowing. I'll just hollow away. And if nothing happens, we'll just keep hollowing. And if something happens, I'll get back to you. And tell you what the story is. Right then, I'm gonna do this section here with the carbide now because of the size of the bowl. When I take the middle out, it's going to move slightly, which means I'm not going to get a clean cut out here. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm walking down, I'll be hitting the pieces with the carbide as I go. No, still not clean. Yeah, nice thing cut on the rim. Just a little bit just there. What I might have to do is roll that corner a bit. As you see, it's chipped out there. So I'm going to roll that corner. Just take those chips out. I'm going to let them because I can't do anything. Yeah, not bad at all. Right. Now we'll go back to hollowing. Right. Shouldn't take all that long. I'm learning and wondering why this isn't cutting. But I hit that spot again. See? Same spot. It's obviously coming that way in the wood. I hit the same spot again. So I'm going to have to put this with a turbo. It's amazing how one little knot can give you so much trouble. See it there? No, it's still there. That's there what was causing the problem here on the outside. And it's causing me a problem again now. Right, and what I've done is I've ground a little flat there into the coil so I can try and get it, so I can try and sharpen it a bit more. Get it into the jig. Maybe the coil will have a better look at this thing. Ready. That is the hardest little knot I have ever come across, I'm telling you. There. I can come in there and it stops. I can come in from this way and it stops there, and I can come in this way and it stops there. So that there is where the problem is. That knot. This could take a lot longer than I thought. I think I'm getting through it. Through it alright. You can pass it on me. Yeah, you can pass it. Alright now. That's it. Those in 2020. Oh, there's a gun on that. Yeah, decent finish on the resin. You can see through it, that's fine, so that's deep enough there. Right then, just going to get rid of this middle part. Right then, finally, not much of a problem apart from that one knot. It's just going to be a pain in the rear end. So what I'll do now is I'll sand and finish the inside of this, and I'll be right back. Alright, just working the wax off. It's nice. It's not my nicest ever river bowl. I would have liked it better if the heart would have been a bit darker, but it's not bad. It's quite pretty, and for my largest ever river bowl, I'm the lighter actually went off without being too difficult, apart from that one knot which gave me so much grief. Just a tiny little knot, and it gave me so much grief. I think what actually happened was it was a kind of a little half rotted knot that was in it, and the resin went in and hardened it up big time. So that's what I think happened to it, although I'm just really guessing. It could have just been a really hard bit. So there she is. If this hardwood over here had been dark as that one, I'd have been much happier. But it's not too bad. So I'll take it off, I'll put the maker's mark in it, and I'll give you a better look at it. So I'll be back in a sec. Right then, there we have it. The biggest river bowl I've done so far. It ended up as 17.5 by 3. As I said, I would have been happier if all of the hardwood had been as dark as the one over there. This hardwood is quite light. As I said, it's not technically it's not a true river bowl because it's two different pieces of wood. It's not just one piece of wood folded back on itself. That's why there's a difference between the two hardwoods. But it didn't turn out too bad. I'm glad that little bit of red stayed up there. It just adds an extra little bit of pop to the rim. But yeah, happy enough with it. So if you enjoyed that one, I got anything out of it, if you wouldn't mind clicking like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.